Yes, Trevor Forrest from Jamaica. This question is really an extension of the questions of both my colleagues, but in much the same way that we'd like to share information on applications, best practices, and so on in somewhat of a central forum, let us say. What I would like to know is what efforts can be made or are being made to let more of us know of where the possibilities are for funding. You know, in other words, letting us know where the money is. Because truth be told, a lot of the initiatives that we want to undertake require funding, and there is a lot of funding out there that, you know, if you don't come to a meeting like this and interact with specific people, you don't know about it. I think a better job needs to be done letting us know where we can access and acquire the funding, who we need to talk to, you know, the initiatives there for the different funding projects. So that is really what I'm interested in getting a handle on.
Thank you very much for your questions. I'm going to turn it over to the panel. And Adam, may I start with you in terms of responding to some of the questions, and then each one of the panelists, if you can briefly respond.
Sure. I think the question that Vincent raised fortunately has a very good answer in the form of the Regial portal. There is a space that has both, from my last recollection, Spanish and English for a lot of the information, a lot of the solutions that are available. So I think that is already in train. But I also believe it is also part of our own responsibility to learn the language of our counterparts, to be able to communicate across the barriers and receive the benefits that can come through that. In terms of Cleveland's point, in terms of the focused areas, I think that this is one of the things that the 2009 to 2012 strategy that will be completed by May of this year will tell us what should be, from a regional and a sub-regional perspective, the focus that we need to go to the funding agencies with, so to ensure that we maximize the use and the benefit that comes from the funds that are available. I don't think that I can answer as to, from the region as a whole, what is the absolute focus. I will be giving you my interpretation. And so the strategy development process really seeks to really engender from the community what they believe to be the focus, and to take that forward in a very, very aggressive way to the international agencies for the support and assistance. Mm-hmm. And I think the last point, which I've pretty much forgotten by now, really just simply deals with, if I remember correctly, how do we, if you want to just restate it very quickly.
It's financial
money.
Funding.
Okay.
How to identify funding.
How to communicate and identify funding. Well, that's part of the role that CARICAD is hoping to become much more prominent in terms of providing that type of information and making those kind of linkages. Mm-hmm. Of course, the age-old question is, how do we access the funding? Is it bilaterally or through the community, whether it is the entire community or groups of the community? And our philosophy is we should do a bit of both. And as countries access funding individually, there should be some thought to how can we involve other countries to benefit in the initiatives, so that as a region we develop and grow much more significantly than if we were to do it one by one by one. So
Thank
it
you,
for me.
Adam. We have 4 banks at the table, I believe. If I can hear from alguno de los otros instituciones financieras. Bueno, Paco.
Sí, gracias.